안녕.
After watching the final episode of Attack on Titan, aka one of the best anime ever, I immediately went back to rewatch it because this is how I cope. And this is actually going to be my first time rewatching the anime at all. Even when new seasons would come out after years of silence, I'll just jump into it completely raw and just hope I gradually remember what happened in the previous season as the episodes went on. Now that I'm rewatching it, knowing what I know now, like all the stuff about Marley and Eldians and who like all the Titans are, it's like I'm seeing every interaction and every side eye and every dialogue in a new light. So I made some notes and I'm here to share it because why not? Also, a quick disclaimer, I'm not like a film analysis specialist or anything like that. So I'm just vibing because some of the things I noticed might be completely obvious. And it's like, girl, how did you not see that before? Well, excuse me, I was distracted by all the pretty animation, okay? Sorry. So the very first episode, the very first scene is this, this moment comes back a lot throughout the show, is of Eren waking up and then saying to Mikasa, oh, I feel like I just woke up from a really long dream, which feels like such a full circle moment when you watch it directly after watching the movie because like, damn, it was a long ass dream, wasn't it? But when those like flashing images right before he wakes up were like popping up on screen, which was like obviously foreshadowing what happens in the future, I couldn't connect shit to shit. Like, I caught the vision of the Titan that ate his mom, and what I think was the warehouse that Ymir turned into a Titan in front of Berthold, Krista, and Reiner. Heavy emphasis on I think, please. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm just speaking right now. I also clocked the references to the royals that started the Titans, something like that, whatever. And also in I think it was the second season, so when young Eren, Mikasa, and Armin were talking to each other, this was after the wall got out. This is after the wall got broken through, and then in the corner you see like older Eren, like man bun Eren lurking in the corner. Crazy, because wow, this man Isayama really just planned everything out from the beginning. Like he knew how this was gonna end, and I have to applaud him for that because that is some A-grade storytelling right there. Damn. Also, I wonder if the animators knew like what that meant. Like they were just told, okay, now make an older version of Eren and just animate him there, and did they ask why? Did they know why? Or were they just following instructions? I feel like it was probably the second one, right? Yeah. Okay, and then throughout the episodes, until Eren first transformed into a Titan, we're getting flashbacks of his dad holding him down and injecting with what we now know is the Titan transforming serum. Who did he eat? I forgot. But he ate someone, and he must have. Oh my goodness. And I just suddenly remembered the era of the Attack on Titan fandom where we were hating on Grisha Jaeger. Like, we hated this man for being a terrible father. That was absolutely hilarious. Like, I distinctively remember watching these panels at Comic-Con where it's all the cosplayers and people are asking them questions. And every question towards the Grisha cosplay was just like, hi, have you considered reading a book on parenting by any chance? Hilarious. Wow, what a time, what a time. Anyways, the real fun didn't start until we finally got to see Annie, Berthold, whatever the fuck his name is, and Reiner. Every interaction between these three, every glance, every comment was just laced with suspicion and evil. Every conversation had a double meaning behind it. I didn't trust anything they said. Oh, hey, Annie, can you pass the salt? Can she? Reiner, can she pass the salt? What exactly do you want from her? Sorry, I'm being bullshit right now. But okay, for example, when the female Titan was introduced, right? There was this moment where she was fighting Eren, Jean, and Reiner. And she caught Reiner. She had this man in her grip. You mean to tell me Reiner was just able to force her hands open and just cut off her fingers? No. I mean, even later on, Mikasa did the same thing. But like, Mikasa's different. She's an Ackerman, Reiner is not an Ackerman. He is on her side. That's why she didn't kill him, because she could have easily just squashed him like a cockroach, but she let him go on purpose. But even more suspicious, right? After Reiner had escaped, she was staring at her hands and, steam was like coming out of her hands and stuff. So we couldn't really see what she was looking at, but she was looking at something. And immediately after that, she started running in the direction that Eren was in. Coincidence? Clearly not. And obviously later on, it's all revealed and all this stuff was, done on purpose. But I didn't notice it before because I forgot and I thought it was interesting and I thought it was nice. So. And then I think even earlier on in the season, when Eren had first transformed into a Titan, obviously everyone looked confused and bemused and baffled and completely shocked, but the three of them, they looked more nervous than anything. They were like, oh no, like, Eren is the Titan? What's going on? I'm sure they would like to know. And in episode 25, when Eren was fighting Annie in Titan form, he said something that I found to be rather peculiar, you know? So when he just got his face completely bashed and smashed against the wall by the female Titan, aka Annie, and she continued like running towards the wall, Eren, in his absolute fit of rage, starts going, I'll kill all the Titans and whatnot, you know? And in a psycho voice, like absolutely batshit crazy voice, he goes, I'll destroy the whole world. Which, you know, that's very far. That's very, very different from his usual, I'll kill the Titans and wipe them off the face of the earth, blah, 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 blah. Like, what did the world do? Why are you talking about I'll destroy the whole world? Where's this coming from, Eren? Do you have something to share with the class? As far as we know, the only world that he's aware of is the people inside the walls. He doesn't know about the Marleyans and the rest of the universe. Doesn't know any of that. So who exactly are you talking to, Eren? It kind of felt like he lost his mind, and it wasn't like that version of Eren talking. It felt like it was the Attack Titan speaking through him, or like the future Eren like made his way out of him and was saying all this nonsense because, you know, the rumbling that happened. And speaking of Eren, this man is a masochist. You cannot convince me otherwise. First of all, the way he gobbled up his fingers every time he's trying to transform, I tried biting my skin and that shit hurt like a bitch. I didn't even bite hard enough to leave a mark and it still hurt like crazy. So this man is just out here cannibalizing on his hands, blood gushing everywhere and barely wincing. Okay, he likes it. And then, to further support my claims, in episode 25, after his fight with Annie, he was sat on the bed talking with Mikasa, you know, getting healed up, blah, blah, blah. And then he says something along the lines of, it felt good at the time, you know? It even felt good to get beat up. Okay.
あの時気持ちいいと思った。体が壊れんのなんかせいせいするくらいだった。なんならこのまま死んでもいいってくらい。
Eren.
Does it feel like good, sir? Your jaw was unhinged. Okay, your eye socket was blown off. What are you talking about? Like, all I'm thinking is that it must have felt good when he was getting absolutely pummeled by Levi. Which, you know, I can't say I don't understand. Another thing, yeah, Erwin is actually a bastard. I never realized how much of a monster this guy is, but the way he's so nonchalant about sending his soldiers to die, even citizens, he knows his plan will cause people to die, but he's just like, yeah, do it. Like, he knew that citizens and soldiers were gonna die when he made the plan to capture Annie. He didn't even bat an eye. He said, let them die. He's crazy. And yeah, okay. I get that in order for humanity to actually move forward, they need heartless leaders like him who will actually focus on discovering the truth for the sake of their survival. And according to Erwin, if some of said humanity needs to die for the sake of the rest of humanity, then so be it. Even regular ass citizens that did not sign up for this shit, if they need to die for the sake of humanity, he said, okay, let them die. Yeah, this man's an absolute dickhead. Also, I'm not even saying all this stuff in like a I hate his guts type of way. Like, I'm pretty neutral about Erwin. I am just simply making the observation that he is a soulless prick, you know? Which is actually very refreshing than the typical righteous, I'll save everyone type of leaders. It's very jarring to see how nonchalant he is about just sending the soldiers to die and the things he says, but I appreciate it. And I also do appreciate the fact that he feels very much the same about himself, because later on in season 2, when they're trying to get Eren back after Reiner and Berthold had taken him away and he got his arm chomped off, right? He was saying like, continue with the mission. I'm replaceable. We need to get Eren back. I was like, okay, I see that he feels that way about everyone. So he's like, if I need to die, so be it. So he can think that about other people too. If they need to die, so be it. I can appreciate it, you know? Doesn't change the fact that he's a dickhead, but I can appreciate it. That's pretty much all the notes I have for season 1. It was mainly just opening us up to the world, and at this point we still believe that the main villains were the Titans and the Titan Shifters, so there wasn't really much for me to notice other than the sus behaviors of the 3 Musketeers, and, you know, a little foreshadowing here and there. Okay, so in season 2, a lot of things actually started clicking that I didn't realize at all because I didn't have the answers back then. So now looking back, there's a lot of moments where I went, oh my gosh, this is why this happened. I get it now. Like when the Titans had broken was it Wall Maria or Wall Rose? They had broken one of the other walls. Can't remember exactly which one. And then the soldiers were looking for the breached hole, but then they couldn't find it. That was because the humans got turned into Titans. And we find that out later because Hanji had also theorized that to Erwin in the final episode. And we also saw that Ymir got turned into a Titan when she was originally a human, which confirms it to the audience. But it's nice to know immediately. And then we also see that, what was it? The Titan that was in Connie's house was his mother. Wow. I remember seeing that and thinking, absolutely no fucking way. But now I know absolutely yes fucking way. And then there was even more moments of Reiner and Berthold being sus as fuck. Like when the 104 soldiers see the Beast Titan for the first time. Rather than looking confused and scared like the others, because one, that monkey ass Titan was right there. And two, because all the Titans were moving, even though it's nighttime and, you know, Titans are immobilized once the sun sets. These two traitors, they're looking scared in a different way. It was like it's the type of face you make when you're in trouble, like from your mom. Like, you know, you're about to get in trouble and you're like, ah, shit, we fucked up. Not, oh my gosh, we're fucked. You know, like those bastards obviously knew exactly what was going on and they knew something was up. Even Connie was like, huh? When he like looked at them and saw the expression on their face. And Ymir was side-eyeing the fuck out of them too. Because I think at this point, she knew that they knew what she knew. Or more specifically, she knew that Reiner knew what she knew. Like, it was that whole conversation that they had before they had discovered that the Titans were moving between Ymir and Reiner. When she went looking for some food, she read like the letters on the can, and then Reiner looked at her like she was a ghost, and he's like, oh, what language is this? Why can you read this, Ymir? I wonder, Reiner, can you read it too? I feel like you can. Lying ass bitch. If you haven't noticed, I don't like Reiner very much. Yeah. So now at this point, they knew that each other knew the things that they know, which is basically the truth that there's a whole outside world out there. And, you know, the people within the walls is just a very small part of the universe. And also the whole thing of Titans being humans. And bro, the way that I didn't even deep the scene when I first saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, Ymir must be so well versed in linguistics. What? I think I was just still baffled by the revelation that Titans can talk, because at this point the Beast Titan has already spoken. So I was like, huh? So this was truly the least of my concerns. But also the way they just casually outed each other. Like, first Ymir says to him, I thought you had no interest in women, and then he replies to her, I thought you had no interest in men. Hello? Why did we move past this so quickly?
驚いたな。女の方に興味があるようには見えなかったんだが。
ああ。お前も男の方に興味があるようには見えんな。
Like, I knew this whole time that Ymir was, you know, raging lesbian. Look at how she acts around Krista. But, Reiner, I didn't know that about you. And then later on, Reiner just casually revealing to Eren when they were on top of the wall that he was the Armor Titan and then Berthold was the Beast Titan. Wait, what? Not the Beast Titan, the Colossal Titan, my bad. Like, the whole interaction was just so, like, it was so anticlimactic and so weird. Like, what? Because, like, the first time I watched it, I didn't believe him. I thought he was chatting shit. I was like, huh? Why would you say that? This isn't the time for jokes. And then they transform and I was like, oh my goodness. Anyways, that was weird. He's a weirdo. In general, interactions between characters started making so much more sense. Like, when those two traitors had kidnapped Ymir and Eren, at first I was so fucking lost the whole time that they were talking, because I knew as much as Eren did. But now rewatching the scene, knowing as much as the other three did, it makes so much more sense. Like, when they were talking about, you know, going home and stuff. I was like, what do you mean going home? What's out there? And I also finally understood why Ymir was able to transform back into a human. Basically, you know, when you get injected by the Titan serum, you need to eat a previous, like, Titan power holder person, and then that's how you get the ability to be able to turn back and forth between the Titan and the human. I thought she was just special. I don't know why I didn't, like, make the connection that the person that she ate was, you know, one of the transforming Titans too, and that's how she got the power. Like, I feel like there was just so much information constantly being thrown out that I was just lost. Again, at this point, I was still baffled by the fact that Reiner was the Armor Titan and Berthold was the Colossal Titan, so I couldn't really take in much else information. And another thing that I just realized as well, now that I'm rewatching it, Ymir got eaten. That's why she never came back. She got eaten, and then the power got passed on to someone else. Like, I always wondered what happened to her, but I never really thought about it long enough to really come to an answer. I was just like, aw, I wonder what Ymir's up to. She's dead. She got eaten. That's what she's up to. Which makes it even more insane that she decided to go back with them, because she knew what was going to happen if she followed Reiner and Berthold. She wasn't gonna see Historia again. And honestly, I'm so devastated for her. For Historia, I mean. Like, she went on to marry a man. Her lesbian lover was never to be. I don't think I ever saw her smile after that. Just plopped a baby in her and that was it. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But, yeah, that was like my last note. That was pretty much it. Since the season was a lot shorter, there wasn't much new things for me to say. Just a lot of conversations started making more sense in my head. And also, Attack on Titan is actually really fast paced, but like in a good way, you know? Things are just happening one after the other, like boom, boom, pow. I probably just felt like the story was like a slow burn because after each season, there was a lot of, you know, wait time in between. And also the whole thing with season 4, final season finale part 5.2, you know, it made the whole thing a lot more drawn out. But like, nah, the Beast Titan was already introduced in like episode 2 or 3 of season 2, which happened a lot sooner than I initially thought it was going to be. And then we already have this, you know, it's not fully confirmed yet, but pretty much confirmed that like Titans are humans. And, you know, the whole Ymir thing got revealed as well. And then I'm pretty sure in season 3, probably in the midway or something like that, we get revealed about the outside world and the Marlians and Eldians and Shama. But yeah, it's really nicely paced and it's a perfect binge-worthy anime. Like, I made my sister watch the first season and half of season 2 and she liked it. So yeah, suggest this to your non-anime watching friends and family members and they'll like it. And if they don't, they're clearly the problem here. Also, season 2 opening is the best one. Levi agrees with me. So, oh my gosh, speaking of Levi. Okay, so I basically started watching Attack on Titan because I saw a lot of Levi x Eren fan art and I read some doujinshis without really knowing who they were. So obviously I started watching the show and I was focusing on those two mainly to see why people ship them so I can properly joining on the fun. So rewatching it brought all those feelings back, right? However, on top of that, Erwin x Levi is also pretty popular, especially recently. And I can completely see why. Like, I wasn't really paying attention to their dynamic initially because obviously I was focusing on the other ship, but now I truly see the vision. I thought it was starting from season 3 and the moments leading up to Erwin's death that, you know, the ship started getting popularity, but no! The sexual tension was there since the beginning! Excuse me, since when was Levi so obedient? Talking about some whatever you say, Commander. Pardon?
待てリヴァイ。ガスと刃を補充していく。
時間が惜しい。十分足りると思うが、なぜだ？
命令だ。従え。
了解だ、エルヴィン。お前の判断を信じよう。
But like, yeah, it makes me wonder if I had like started watching Attack on Titan without seeing like what the popular ship was at the time, would I have been an Erwin x Levi girl? I guess we'll never know. Okay. I went way off track, but that's it for this video. So if y'all spot me lurking under the Attack on Titan tag on AO3, don't just stand there and recommend me something, come on. Clearly, this is how I'm coping with the end of Attack on Titan. How are you coping? Are you doing better than me? I hope so. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like this video if you liked it. Like it if you didn't. Please subscribe. That would truly, truly help me cope better. Yeah. Okay. Bye.